Hi everyone, Ron Crider reporting for duty today. It's Friday. It's the last day of the week, the work week this week, and I don't have a lot of information for you first thing this morning because right now it's 9:11 when I'm bringing you this information. I want you to know a couple of things. That Indian River County so far has had about 45,000, almost 46,000 vaccinations so far since we started vaccinating people. We have a population of 153,000 people. Down in Martin County, they've vaccinated over 41,000 people so far. They have a population of 159,000. And in St. Lucie County has vaccinated 60,000 people, and they have a population almost twice the size of ours of 312,000. So that's a little bit of the good news about the vaccinations, and they're coming on strong, and I think you're going to find that it's easier and easier and easier now to get your vaccinations. As I said yesterday, I had my final second shot, my Moderna shot, and I'm very happy that I got it. I've obviously, you can tell I'm not sick. I don't feel bad at all. I feel terrific. I can't tell that I had anything happening to me yesterday whatsoever. Alrighty, now I've got another little news clip that I'm going to give you here, and you're not going to find it like really good because it's not terribly good news. When is this pandemic going to end? Well, there's actually more to it than that. I'm not putting this up to scare you. This is called reality. This comes from the CDC, and it is pretty credible. And I think that you'll find it to be interesting. If not, you'll probably decide that you didn't care for it. But every once in a while, you got to face up to reality. So anyway, we're going to jump right in here with the news clip. After the news clip, I'm going to have the numbers for you for Friday, and I'll look forward to seeing you back here on Saturday. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. My numbers are better, and don't forget to push that like button. I appreciate that every day when you do so. And here we go into the numbers. Remember, the program's called The Numbers. Hey, people keep saying it's the Ron Crider Show. It is not the Ron Crider Show. It's the Numbers program. This is the Numbers program, and we are here. We're doing this for the Treasure Coast. Nobody else. Anybody else can watch if you want to, but primarily this is for the Treasure Coast. I said yesterday, people have beaten me up about the fact that I don't give enough information about Broward and Palm Beach and Orange County and all that sort of thing. Well, that's because this isn't for you guys. You're welcome to watch what I have, but I've centered pretty much into the Treasure Coast. All righty, folks, here we go. Let's jump into this news clip.
When is this finally going to end? That's the question on everyone's minds after a full year living through the COVID-19 pandemic. The new administration does not have a clear timeline.
We are not in a place where we can predict exactly when everybody will feel normal again.
When do I think things will get back to normal? I've been cautioned not to give an answer to that because we don't know for sure.
But some public health experts say we do have an answer, and you're not going to like it. COVID-19 is never going to end.
We've been told that this virus will disappear, but it will not. This is a virus like other viruses that's now part of our ecosystem. It's part of our environment. We need to control it. We need to diminish its impact, but it's going to be around hassling us for the foreseeable future. And by that, I mean years.
The World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a pandemic on March 11th, 2020.
Pandemic is not a word to use lightly or carelessly.
Today, scientists say this pandemic is on its way to the next level, an endemic disease.
There are three words we use. Epidemics, where the virus can affect a very large proportion of our national population. There's the pandemic. That's when entirely new viruses come on the global scene. Endemic means that the virus is always in our population in some form, smoldering along and occasionally causing outbreaks.
We already live with many endemic diseases. The flu is one, measles is another. We've had vaccines for both of them for decades. Even COVID-19 is just a novel version of coronaviruses that were already with us.
We have a great vaccine against the measles virus, and still 100,000 children a year are killed by measles. The more infectious a microbe is, the harder it is to control. COVID is very challenging to control, and the new variants suggest that we may end up playing kind of a game of cat and mouse
Even if we vaccinate everybody we possibly can, there will still probably be some people who choose not to get vaccinated or who maybe can't be vaccinated because of their personal health issues. So we have pockets of the population where the virus continues to spread and be susceptible.
The only disease in modern history that was completely eradicated is smallpox. It spread slowly, and people who had it developed a distinctive rash, making it easier to identify and control. But COVID is highly contagious, and many people who have it don't show any symptoms. Scientists say that makes it nearly impossible to contain.
Do you know if I have COVID just by looking at me? No. So that's part of the factor.
COVID-19 also spreads to both humans and animals, meaning it could always be circulating in our environment.
We have given it back to other animals. And so now we have not only its original animal reservoir, but also potentially other animal reservoirs. And it's pretty unrealistic to think that we can eliminate a virus from both the human population and from its natural reservoirs.
But this doesn't mean COVID will always disrupt our lives like it does now. Like any other endemic disease, it's something we can learn to live with.
Flu is a really serious, nasty virus. Makes many people sick each year, kills many people, but familiarity breeds, if not contempt, at least a certain nonchalance. Could it be down the road that we become so familiar with COVID that we develop a certain nonchalance about it also? Yes, we tend to do that in the United States.
So what does our future look like with COVID-19?
The third, fourth, and fifth years of COVID should not be anywhere close to as awful as the first one.
The winter or the fall of 2025,
We might have to roll up one sleeve for the flu shot and the other sleeve for the COVID shot.
we'll have Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's celebration all together, but we'll be more attentive as to who attends, and we'll make sure that everyone's vaccinated. Senior citizens, people with underlying illnesses might indeed start wearing the masks much more often. Many of us will no longer be quite as carefree as we used to be. We'll be more careful for our own sake and for the sake of people around us.
So instead of going back to normal, we'll keep creating a new normal.
All right, folks, here we are in the numbers department for Friday, March the 12th. Take a look at these numbers. It's the last day of the work week, and of course, the numbers go up. It always seems like they're playing games with us because these numbers always go up, but I guess they turn in all the numbers towards the end of the week, and then we get to Saturdays and Sundays, and the numbers come back down. But it is what it is. That's all I can report on, and I can only report on what they give me. So let's take a look at them here. 91 new deaths reported the past 24 hours. That's 24 more than yesterday. Yesterday we had 67. Well, at least we're under 100. It's my Pollyanna approach to the whole thing. 5,214 new positives. That's 149 more than yesterday. Yesterday it was 5,065. So let's move over here. There is a little bit of good news over here. Number of vaccinations in the past 24 hours, 166,386 for the entire state of Florida. It's a goodly number of vaccinations. I think that's a very good number. The positivity rate for the entire state is 4.88. We're under 5%. Yesterday we were at 5%. Now we're at 4.88. That is definitely going in the right direction. Now, if we keep that down there for the next 14 days, we'd be in great shape. Total number of vaccinations in the entire state of Florida since we started, 6,182,940. All righty, over in Dade County now. Dade County, 19 new deaths to report, 1,189 new positives in the past 24 hours. Dade County vaccinated 21,027 people. Now, I'm going to show you these numbers over here. You can take them for what they're worth because they're a little confusing. Allegedly, Dade County has vaccinated 18.16 people, 18.16% of the population of Dade County, which is 2,699,000 people. That does not break it out who had 2 shots and who had 1 shot, but that is the number of people who have received vaccinations, not necessarily who are totally vaccinated. And that goes for all of these numbers over here. I won't waste your time. You can look at them, you can ponder them, but it's not really good scientific data to work with. It does tell you how many people have been vaccinated. Now we'll go over to Broward County. Broward County is Fort Lauderdale. 13 new deaths to report, 653 new positives, 13,050 new vaccinations. In Palm Beach County, 10 new deaths to report, 499 new positives, and 8,138 new vaccinations. In Orange County, Orlando, up in Mousetown, 1 new death to report, 289 new positives, and 8,705 new vaccinations up there in the past 24 hours. In Brevard County, 1 new death to report, 157 new positives, 2,387 new vaccinations up there in Brevard County. That's Melbourne. St. Lucie County, Fort Pierce, 2 new deaths to report, 70 new positives, 1,921 new vaccinations. Martin County, that's Stewart, no new deaths to report, 37 new positives, and 1,154 new vaccinations in Martin County in the Stewart area. In Indian River County, Vero Beach, 4 new deaths to report, 27 new positives, 610 new vaccinations. Let me scooch right down here for you and give you the numbers for the zip codes in Indian River County. Zip code 32948, no new positives in the past 24 hours. Zip code 329583. Zip code 32960, Vero Beach proper. 10 new positives in Vero Beach proper. That's downtown Vero Beach. 329624, 32963. On the Barrier Island, nothing. That's a good thing. Zip code 329664, zip code 32967, there's 4 there, and zip code 32968, there's 4 there. Balances out, 27 up here, 27 down there. That works good. We always like to see these numbers balance themselves out. Here are the 7-day moving averages. We like these numbers. We're under 100. And we were yesterday at 99.57. Today we're at 93.57. And that number means that approximately 93 people passed away each day for the past 7 days as a result of COVID-19. Well, I said I wasn't going to give you these numbers, but it is the end of the week and they are here. So why don't we just sort of dive right into them? I'll make them a little bit bigger so you can see them a little bit better. Let's see if this will work for you. Okay, that'll work just fine. Let's take a look at the number of doses that have been administered since we started now in the entire United States. 101,128,005. Those are the total number of vaccinations that have been administered. Now, it doesn't mean that they're totally vaccinated. That means that they had at least 1 shot. Daily doses that are going out, 2,302,844. The government has used up about 75% of their vaccines. This is based on a population of about 300 million people, so we're going to go with that for the moment. Texas vaccinated 202,045 in the past 24 hours. 73% of their vaccines are used up. California vaccinated 193,794 in the past 24 hours. They've used up 71% of their vaccines. Here in Florida, I told you, 166,386 new vaccinations for the entire state of Florida. Florida's used up 74% of their vaccines. You got to understand something here. Please put this in its proper perspective. You have to have a lot of vaccine to be able to put these numbers out like this, 101 million that we've been doing in the past 4 or 5 months, and a lot of people to be able to administer these shots. The little guy over at Publix who put the shot in my arm a couple of days ago, and all these people that are doing it. But look at these numbers. These numbers are huge. Texas, 202,000 just in the past 24 hours. Okay, let's go down to Rhode Island. Rhode Island, 8,425 in that little teeny tiny state there. They've used 82% of their vaccines. Colorado, 41,169. They've used up 78% of their vaccines. Wisconsin, 41,145. They've used up 87% of their vaccine. We'll go down a little bit further to Wisconsin, 41,145. They've used up 87% of their vaccines. Minnesota, 44,590. They've used up 83% of their vaccines. New Jersey, 73,389. They've used up 82% of their vaccines. New York State, 162,157. The state's used up 74% of their vaccines, but New York City is a little bit different. They vaccinated 68,270, and they've used up 79% of their vaccines. So those are the numbers for the states. These came in pretty recently. These came in at 319 this afternoon, so I thought, well, I better give them to you. I don't like to give them to you if they're a day old. I don't like those day-old numbers, and they don't really mean a whole lot, but these are very current. 319 this afternoon. It's 4:42 when I'm doing this. At least it's 4:42 Eastern Time. All righty. I'm going to go up here now and take you to this, what we refer to as the global view. These are the worst numbers. Look at these horrible, horrible numbers. And at time, again, as I say, is 4:43, and these are accurate to within 9 minutes ago. Number of cases in the United States since we started keeping track of these, 29,326,182. Total number of COVID-19 cases in the United States. Total number of COVID-19 deaths in the United States, 531,912. This is the biggest number of all on this chart, 118,860,770. Those are the number of people who contracted COVID-19 worldwide since we started here. And then global deaths, 2,634,724. All righty, folks, so those are the numbers for today, for Friday. Last day of the week. It is the 12th of March, and we're hoping, of course, that tomorrow the numbers will be better, and that will help average out our numbers. But things are looking good. Now, a piece of video, that little video piece I showed you, wasn't necessarily good news, but let's face it, there are a number of things that we get inoculated for. We get a flu shot every year. We may have to be getting a COVID shot every year. Hope you guys have a very, very blessed Friday. Doesn't look like we're going to have any rain in the forecast. A little partly cloudy skies tonight and tomorrow. But other than that, it's going to be fairly good for the weekend, but there's definitely not going to be any rain that I can see in the forecast, but I'll let you know tomorrow. Thank you again for watching. Have a very, very blessed and wonderful rest of your Friday evening, and see you back here on Saturday. Ron Crider, signing off.